Ever wondered why some of the wealthiest people choose a minimalist lifestyle? Why would someone with the means to own anything and everything choose to own so little? As paradoxical as it may sound, there's a growing trend of minimalism among the ultra-rich. But why? Well, to answer that, let's first understand what minimalism is all about. Minimalism is a lifestyle that revolves around the idea of living with less. It's about eliminating the unnecessary, decluttering life, and focusing on what truly matters. It's not about deprivation, but liberation. Liberation from the clutter, chaos, and complications that come with excess. Now, when we think about wealthy people, there's a common perception that often comes to mind. We tend to picture opulent mansions, luxury cars, designer clothes, and a lavish lifestyle filled with all sorts of extravagance. After all, they have the means to afford such a lifestyle, right? But here's the twist. Some of the wealthiest individuals are consciously choosing to live quite the opposite way. They're embracing minimalism, opting for simpler, less cluttered lives. They could buy anything they want, yet they choose to own so little. This brings us to the enigma of wealthy minimalists. It's an intriguing paradox that challenges our conventional understanding of wealth and happiness. Is it possible that these wealthy minimalists are onto something? Could it be that they've discovered a secret to contentment that eludes most of us? So, why do these ultra-rich individuals choose minimalism over materialism? Is it a statement, a philosophy, or simply a personal choice? These are the questions we'll explore as we delve deeper into the world of wealthy minimalists. To better understand this fascinating phenomenon, we'll look at real-life examples of some of the world's richest individuals who have chosen to lead a minimalist lifestyle. From tech moguls to investment gurus, these individuals offer insights into a different way of living and a unique perspective on wealth, happiness, and life itself. Let's dive into the real-world examples of some ultra-rich individuals who have embraced minimalism. Picture Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, one of the richest people on the planet, yet he is known for his simple, almost Spartan lifestyle. Let's step into the world of Mark Zuckerberg, a man whose net worth is enough to buy a small country, but who has chosen a path of simplicity, a path of minimalism. His wardrobe, known to many, is a stark reflection of this. A series of gray t-shirts and hoodies, a uniform of simplicity. You won't find a closet bursting with designer suits or a rainbow of tie collections. Instead, he opts for a one less decision to make in a day approach, freeing his mind for bigger tasks. Now let's move from his wardrobe to his home. It's modest, especially when compared to the sprawling mansions of his billionaire peers. A comforting space where extravagance takes a backseat to functionality and comfort. Not a castle, not a villa, but a home. A place to connect with his family, to recharge, and to live a life that's not dictated by the number of zeros in his bank account. But why this minimalist lifestyle? Well, it seems to stem from a focus on what truly matters to him. Zuckerberg is a man who seems to understand that more stuff doesn't necessarily equate to more happiness. His focus seems firmly on his work, his family, and making a difference in the world. He could afford any luxury, any indulgence, but he chooses not to. Instead, he invests his time, his energy, and his resources into his passion, Facebook, and into the people he loves, his family. This isn't about shunning luxury or wealth, it's about choosing what to fill your life with. It's about understanding that material possessions are not the key to fulfillment, and that sometimes less truly is more. Zuckerberg is not the only one. There are more wealthy individuals who have chosen this path. Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha, is another billionaire known for his frugality. Despite being one of the richest men in the world, Buffett is a testament to the saying, "Money doesn't change you, it reveals you." His lifestyle is a far cry from the excessive indulgence one might associate with immense wealth. Buffett still lives in the same house he bought in Omaha, Nebraska back in 1958. Yes, you heard it right, 1958. He purchased this house for a modest $31,500, and it continues to be his residence today. While he could afford any mansion or private island, he chose to stay in the comfort of his longtime home. It's a clear symbol of his unpretentious nature and his resistance to the lure of material excess. Now let's delve into Buffett's spending habits. He's known for being frugal, but that doesn't mean he's stingy. He believes in spending money on things of value, not just because he can. For instance, he's famously known for his love of McDonald's, often opting for a simple breakfast from the fast food chain over a lavish meal. His philosophy: don't spend money on things you don't need or genuinely appreciate. This philosophy extends to his approach to investing. Buffett is a proponent of value investing. He looks for companies undervalued by the market, but with solid fundamentals and potential for growth. He doesn't chase after the next big thing or get swayed by market trends. Instead, he focuses on the inherent value of a business, much like how he focuses on the inherent value of his personal purchases. So it's clear that wealth and minimalism are not mutually exclusive. But what could be the reasons behind this choice? The choice for minimalism among the wealthy may seem counterintuitive, but it's rooted in a deeper philosophy. The philosophy of minimalism is not about austerity for its own sake, but rather about the freedom that comes from casting off the weight of unnecessary possessions. It's about liberating oneself from the trappings of materialism to focus on what truly brings joy and fulfillment. In a world where we're often judged by our material wealth, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that more is better. But for the wealthy minimalists, they have come to understand that the endless pursuit of possessions can be a form of bondage. It can clutter not just our physical space, but our mental and emotional space as well. Wealthy minimalists choose to focus on experiences over possessions. They understand that life's most precious moments can't be bought or stored in a garage. They can't be measured in carats or square footage. Instead, they're found in the laughter of loved ones, the tranquility of a quiet morning, the thrill of a new adventure. These are the things that, once experienced, become a part of us and enrich our lives in ways that material possessions never can. But perhaps the most profound aspect of the wealthy minimalist philosophy is the peace of mind that comes from simplicity. It's the tranquility that arises when we're no longer consumed by the desire for more, when we're no longer burdened by the upkeep of things we don't need. It's the serenity that comes from knowing that we have enough, that we are enough. This is not to say that wealthy minimalists don't enjoy the finer things in life. Quite the contrary. They simply choose to invest in quality over quantity, in meaning over mindless accumulation. They understand that it's not about having less, but rather about making space for more. More time, more freedom, more experiences, more peace. So, it's not about having less, but about making room for more of what matters. Let's summarize what we've learned about why some wealthy people choose minimalism. It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it? Those with the means to indulge in every materialistic whim, instead opting for a simpler, less cluttered lifestyle. It's a testament to the fact that wealth isn't always synonymous with extravagance, and that's a lesson we can all take to heart. Take the case of Mark Zuckerberg, for instance. Despite being one of the most influential figures in the tech world, his lifestyle is far from ostentatious. His attire, predominantly a plain gray t-shirt, is a perfect illustration of his minimalist approach. But it's not about fashion, or a lack thereof. It's about eliminating unnecessary decisions and focusing on what truly matters. It's about the freedom that comes from simplicity. Then there's the story of Warren Buffett, a man who could easily afford the most luxurious mansion, yet chooses to live in the same modest house he bought over 60 years ago. It's not about being frugal, it's about understanding the value of things that money can't buy. It's about appreciating the charm of a home filled with memories rather than possessions. And that brings us to the philosophy behind wealthy minimalism. It's not about deprivation or austerity, it's about making conscious choices to prioritize experiences over possessions, quality over quantity, and purpose over clutter. It's about finding freedom, peace, and fulfillment not in what we own, but in who we are and what we do. So, the next time you see a wealthy person living minimally, remember it's not about the lack of wealth, but the abundance of value they place on experiences, freedom, and peace of mind.